Good morning. Let's start the question which is appear in recent stability role at Samsung. So question is like this: we are given some random points in 2D grid in the form of x comma y, such that the grid is at max 1 is 6. After that, we are given some path on the grid in the lines are given as in the form of endpoints. So path is from x1 comma y1 to x2 comma y2. A condition on this path is that these paths are parallel to x-axis or y-axis, and path never intersect, and these paths never form any circle cheek, and number of lines given as in form of path is approximately 1e5. Suppose I take one example as suppose the points are given as 1 comma 2, 1 comma 4, 2 comma 1, 3 comma 1, 5 comma 2, 5 comma 3, 5 comma 5. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then these are points given on the grid. These are the points which are lying in blue and green dots. Apart from this, I given some lines in the form of endpoints. So path start from 1 comma 1 and it goes to 5 comma 1, and then again path start from 5 comma 1, it goes to 5 comma 4, then from 5 comma 4 it goes to 1 comma 4. So what I need to find is for this given path I need to find the number of points through which this line pass. So solution will be something like this. If we go with the brute force solution, we will pass through this line, and as we pass, we will going to see whether some point lie at that point or not, and we increment the count. So suppose starting point is like 0 to 1e6, and from 1e6 I will going to 0 1e6, and from 0 comma 1e6 again I am going to 1 comma 1e6, 1e6 to 1e6. So similarly we are going to travel 1e6 points, so at brute force it will be going to 1e5 into 1e6, so 1e11. Mostly this will not going to pass the optimized solution. So now we're going to with optimized solution. Firstly, what we are going to do is we going to uh, reprocess these points. So what we are going to do for all these point in x-axis, we are going to find all y line in this line. So for one, we are going to find these point storing these y coordinate in shorted form. We are going to create 2D array for x-axis and y-axis. For x-axis in for one, I will going to store these y which are lying in this direction. For two, I will going to store these points which are lying in this in shorted form. Suppose I take an example for x, point x at x corresponding y line at this line. So y are 2 and 4. For 2, y line is at 1. For 3, again it is 1. For 4, there is no point line. For 5, there are 3 points at 2, 3 and 5. Similarly, we calculate a 2D array for y. For 1, for 1. For y-axis, we are going to calculate this line, how many point line in this direction, corresponding x coordinate. So for x, there are point at 2, comma 3. For 2, there x at 1 and 5. For 3, there is 1 point at 5. For 4, there is 1 point at 1. For 5, there is 1 point at 5. So then these are the points we have calculated. We are 2D array, we going to use it and we just process it. So now let's take one example, one path. Path is like suppose this path. So we are going from 1 comma 1 comma 1 to 1 comma 1. One thing that need to be observed is while we are traveling this point, there y will remain constant as we going from 1 comma 1 to 1 comma 5. So here y will remain constant. Suppose we are traveling from here to here. So from 5 comma 1 I am going to 5 comma 4. Here x will remain constant. So when we are going from 1 comma 1 to 5 comma 1, so here y will going to remain constant as 1. Only x going to vary from 1 comma 1 to 5. So if we are already stored for this one, uh, all the x lying in this axis. So if we take example for y, considering this, these are points which are lying, which we already calculated and stored. So what we need to find is that for this range, for 1 comma 1 to 5, how many points which are lying in this range, as this array is going to be shorted. So we can binary search and find the number of points which are lying in this range. So for 1 comma 5, 1 comma x is varying from 1 to 5. 1 to 5, the point lying at 2 comma 1 and 3 comma 1, 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3. This 1 and 2, 1 and 3. So using binary search, we can find that 2 points are lying across point from 1 comma 1 to 1 comma 5. Similarly, if you take another example as another path as going from 1 comma 1 to 5 comma 1, 1 comma 1 to 5 comma 1, 1 5 comma 1 to 5 comma 4. So if we see here, x will remain going to be constant as 5. Only y is going to vary from 1 to 4. 1 to 4. So what for this x I have already stored these values which are lying here. So if we take for x5, x5 I have stored these values. So what I'm going to do is for this here x will going to be remain as constant as 5, and for range 1 to 4 I need to find in this array which are lying in this 1 to 4. So in 1 to 4 range, the point lying is as 2 and 3. 2 and 3, as we can see from figure, as point 5 comma 2 and 5 comma 3 is lying at within range of 1 and 4, as y is going to vary from 1 to 4 and x will going to remain at constant at 5. So you're using binary search on this array, we can find the count. This will give us count as 2. So similarly, for this line, I can calculate uh, the point as in this line, y will going to remain at 4. Is going to remain at 4. Using binary search, I can find x going to vary from 1 to 5, and from 1 to 5, I can find that this point is lying at endpoint. And from so this is the solution which I have used to calculate the path point line through the path. One thing which need to be taken care is that while we're going from this path to TR, we are considering both endpoint. So then again we are going from this path, we are again considering both the point. So best is that initially we will check whether this starting point is lying at some point or not, and after this when we are going to calculate the answer, we will exclude this point. So when we are calculating answer from this end to this end, we will exclude this point. So and initially we'll find for initial point, and when we are going to from this to this, we already calculate the answer for this point. So when we are going from this to this point, we are not going to include this. So whenever we are calculating answer for one path, we are excluding the initial point. So this is the base case which need to be taken care. And what the time complexity of the solution going to be, as we are going to PC, we are going to pass through whole lines. So approximately 1 E5 lines are came, and for this array which we have stored, mm, number of points are giving also as 1 E5. So we are going just going to binary search on this array. So max is going to log 1 E5. So this is the time complexity solution which I think passed all the test cases. And thank you. I think if you have any doubt, please ping and comment. Thank you. I hope solution is clear.